Ooh, I'm impressed. Hey guys, it's Alexi. Welcome back to Dance Curious. Today I'm reacting to the final 4 performances of Dancing with the Stars, the elimination night. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay, Kate Flannery. Let's see, doing a foxtrot. Sparkly. That's cute. Ooh, I'm impressed. That was a lot lighter on her feet than I was expecting it to be. Pretty good frame. A little low in the arm. It's a little awkward. Not bad. That was relatively smooth. She does have a little of that soft rise and fall. Having fun with it? Huh? It's a number of measures. Okay, get back and hold. Still a little low. Nice kick. Good, she's keeping her head where it should be. She tends to be a little collapsed with her posture. But on the whole, she's doing better with that than I was expecting. That was very cute. I'm impressed. That was better than I was expecting based on last week. That had more of a foxtrot feel than I was maybe expecting. And the way they cut it with the cameras, I couldn't see her feet like as often as I would like to have. What I saw wasn't too bad with like the connection to the floor. She wasn't really reaching much, which is you want to reach back with your feet when you're the follower and you're going backwards because they need room to move. So there wasn't a ton of extension with the leg, would be another way to put it. But also not bad. And again, when you are a little bit in the older range, it's harder to have the balance to extend as far back. Again, I thought that was a big improvement from last week. Again, she does tend to be a little kind of hunched. It's not too bad. Like she's kind of straight here. It's just a little collapse where you want it to be very lifted. But she actually had she has some nice expression and some nice smoothness there. I liked that. Pasha is very good, by the way. I know I'm not watching the pros, but he is very good. And he did a good job teaching, which those two things don't always go together. Part of what I really liked about that is that last week I was assessing her and I felt that the judges were assessing her based on a lower perceived capacity. Just based on age, based on experience, right? She's not a dancer. And she is a little on the older end for the competition. And for me, I didn't go in with that expectation necessarily, but having watched the first performance, that's kind of what I thought. And with this performance, I felt like she kind of put herself, she made herself more comparable to some of the other people in the competition who I thought had a higher, maybe physical capacity, which shows that she can really learn and grow, which everyone can. That's the thing about dancing. Even, you know what, like even, you know, Sean and like, we'll see how he does this week, but Lamar, like, you know, they got kind of critiqued pretty heavily last week by the judges, and it was hard for them, but everybody can improve. And but it's impressive that she improved this much this quickly, and that's a credit to her, and it's also a credit to Pasha, because that's very effective teaching, clearly. It was much more technical than last week's, which was great to see, very satisfying to see. All right, let's see the scores for Kate. 7 from Carrie Ann. 7 from Len. Whoa, that's the highest of the night. Wow, she's got to be over the moon. Sorry, I'm proud of that one. It was painful. I know it was painful. I'm sorry.
It's
Kel Mitchell. Coming in with attitude. Oh, hello. That's fun. I like that. It's not Samba, but I like it. He certainly looks good doing it. Great showman, as usual. Okay. There's not as much pelvis action I would like to see, but there is a little bit. It's not bad. Samba is hard, that is true. There was a little bit of a nice samba walk there. There's an element of that. Not bad at all. That was fun. Fun ending. Yeah. So samba is hard. Okay. I love it, but it's hard. It has this very specific kind of action with the pelvis, where with a lot of Latin dances, the hips move in a figure 8. With samba, there's an element of that figure 8, but there also is movement of the pelvis forward and back. And those two things work together to make this very complex action. Also, the timing of the pelvic tilt is not the same as the timing of the dance. So the timing for samba is 1, a 2, 3, a 2, or 1, a 2, 2, a 2 would be a more reasonable way to count it. But the pelvis goes on the done, done, done. It's on an even count, okay? So again, there's a lot to juggle with that. Judging it against the standard of a samba, I didn't think it was the greatest samba. As a performance, it was a pretty good performance. And for someone who hasn't done samba before, it wasn't a bad samba, right? So it's interesting to try to decide like how kind of technical you're going to be in your perception of it. I didn't see a ton happening with the hips with him. However, there were some very good moments where I'm like, oh, that was a good little hip lift. There was actually there was a little circle there with the hips prior to moving. So I would put that kind of in the middle range. Again, he is an excellent performer. I thought the other elements of dancing were fun, although they did take up a bit of it. There were some classic samba moves in there. Much better connection with the floor than I have seen with most of the dancers. So good on him for that as well. Scores for Kel. 7, 6, 7. Good. Very good scores. I didn't know that about the memory loss, or I didn't know anything about that situation. I'm glad he's doing better. That would make it much more challenging. It's difficult to build up the muscles in your brain to learn choreography anyway. It does take practice. Your brain gets used to it. When the first times I learned choreography, I had to do it again and again and again and again. Now I pick it up much faster. I can't snap with that hand. So that's to his credit that he's pushing through that. Dance is very good for the brain and for preventing memory loss and even helping with memory loss. So this might actually be very therapeutic for Lamar. So that's really cool, actually. Let's see how he does with his performance.
The salsa.
Whoa.
With his partner Peta, it's Lamar
Salsa, or the
Odom.
salsa, as they say it. Already more fluid than last week. It's better, yeah. Still super flat-footed. But at least he's getting some like upper body action. He does look like he's actually having a good time this week. Yeah. Yeah. He's still very stiff. But he actually looks like he's having fun this week, which is a great improvement. I like the fact he's getting like some rib action in there. Little shimmy, okay. Yeah. Hey, he can certainly do a very high lift, that's for sure. Again, kind of that like up-down feeling with the salsa. Not as much so as it was last week with Sean. Improvement from last week. It's still, there's a lot of stiffness in the body, but relative to where he started last week, I felt like he added some movement in the body and more showmanship. It was still a lot of him kind of just being like a post for her, right? She's doing most of the stuff, he's kind of there, but not completely. So again, a lot of improvement from the previous week for Lamar. Let's see, 4, 4. Oh, he seems crushed. Aw. Hannah Brown. Let's see what she's got. Viennese Waltz.
Dancing
Ooh.
the Viennese Waltz.
Cool.
With her partner Alan, it's Hannah Brown.
Love her.
We could leave the Christmas lights on too.
Lovely trick.
This is our
Very fluid.
we made.
Nice line.
There's a
Good frame.
dazzling
Good body contact. Nice explosion line. Back into the close position. Good with the ronde. Lovely. Nice. Get her elbow up slightly. That's pretty good. Lovely. A lot of rotation and movement, which I like. That should make our judges happy as well. That was lovely. That was really nice. Also, just as a side note, first time I heard Lover, I'm like, it's a Viennese Waltz. What a beautiful Viennese Waltz that would be. So that made me happy. I don't have like too much critical to say about that. I couldn't really, again, see her feet much, so I can't speak to that. For me personally, this has eclipsed the dance I previously said was my favorite dance of the night to become my favorite dance of the night. Also, I feel compelled to mention that she talked in her the setup for this about how she started dance when she was 3, and that was her talent in her pageant days, and then she stopped doing it. But she actually has a considerable amount of dance training. So that's great and is going to help her with the competition, but does give her a profound advantage over some of the other contestants. So it's not that I don't think it's fair because they set the rules of the competition. Someone who's been doing dance seriously for some time, even if they take like a break, it's in their bodies a lot. So if you're watching it and being like, I don't know, like discouraged by just how natural she is with it, you know, she actually has a considerable amount of dance experience, which some of the other people don't. Still, my favorite performance of the night. Great job. I'm positive that she worked her tail off. Scores. Let's see, I wonder if we're gonna get an 8. Yeah, 8. Also an 8. 8s. Only 8s at the competition so far. All for her. Okay, that was my final video for this week's Dancing with the Stars reactions. Thank you again so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. I see it, it helps. Thank you. It's fun to do this with you guys, so keep the reactions coming. I like to see what you think. Who did you think was the best performance of the night? Who did you think was the worst? Let me know, I'm curious. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.